There was a time of deep shadow. This shadow was not outside, it lived within me. It was a constant companion, a heavy presence. My spirit felt lost in this inner darkness. The struggle was silent, unseen by most. Yet, it was intensely real. The weight of this state was immense. It pressed down on my chest. It clouded my every thought. Joy seemed like a distant memory. I carried this burden daily. Each step felt heavier than the last. The world outside continued, but my inner world was still, frozen in a place of deep ache. I felt like I was drowning, slowly sinking into a cold, dark sea. The surface, with its light and air, seemed so far away. I walked among people, yet I was utterly alone. This feeling of despair did not arrive overnight. It was not a sudden storm. It was more like a fog. It rolled in slowly, almost unnoticed at first. Little disappointments gathered, like small stones in a pocket. Over time, the pocket grew heavy. The weight became hard to ignore. Yet I tried to walk normally. Life presented its challenges. Hopes did not always meet reality. Dreams sometimes faded into disillusionment. Each small letdown added a layer, a thin veil of sadness. At first, these layers were translucent. I could still see some light through them, but they accumulated steadily, quietly, until the light grew faint. The world became muted. Failures, both big and small, left their marks. They whispered untruths about my worth. The mind clung to these stories. I began to believe them. Then came a point of utter exhaustion. The fight had been long, the resistance had been strong, but the darkness seemed stronger. I reached a place where I could fight no more. This was the bottom, the deepest part of the night. All energy was gone. All hope seemed extinguished. There was only the raw pain of existence. In that complete depletion, something shifted. There was a letting go, a surrender. It was not a giving up in defeat, but an acceptance of what is. The mind had no more strategies, no more defenses. It fell silent for a moment. In that silence, there was a stillness. A profound and absolute stillness. The struggle ceased. I simply was, with the pain, with the darkness. A plea arose from this stillness, not a desperate cry but a quiet whisper, a call for help, not to a specific form or being but to life itself. I cannot do this alone. Section 4. Awakening to the light within. In that space of surrender, a flicker appeared, a tiny spark in the vast darkness. It was not a thought, it was a feeling, a subtle sense of peace, a quiet knowing. This was the first light, the dawn after the longest night. It was incredibly gentle, yet it was undeniably present. The mind could not label it, it could only observe it. This was the beginning of awakening. This glimpse of peace led me to seek further, not for a cure from the outside, but for a deeper understanding from within. I was drawn to spiritual teachings, to words that spoke of presence, of consciousness. It felt like coming home, a remembrance of something long forgotten. Help was not about adding something new, it was about uncovering what was already there. Section 5. The Sacred Journey of Being. This awakening brought a new perception. Emotions still arose. Sadness, fear, even despair. But they no longer defined me. They were like clouds passing through the vast sky of awareness. The sky does not become the clouds. It remains untouched, unchanged. I learned to observe them, to allow them without resisting them. They too would pass. The understanding dawned. Even the darkest emotions are part of this sacred journey. They are not mistakes. They are not enemies. They are teachers if we allow them. They point to where we are still identified with form. The pain is a signal, a call to awaken more deeply. This acceptance transformed everything. The journey itself became sacred, not just the destination. This presence is not a final achievement. It is an ongoing practice, a moment-by-moment choice.